Hello, I'm Carolyn Holzman, and this is Confessions of an SEO. Don't worry, you've come across the least SEO podcast on the planet. No interviews, no FOMO, just a place to relax. Oh, what a fair warning. Today is gonna be a rant. Plus, I do hope if you're a business owner listening, maybe you hear something that will make you want to improve the relationship between your SEO or SEO agency so you know who to trust and to stop micromanaging based on Search Console data. Okay. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 10 of Confessions of an SEO. I know. This past week in the world of SEO has been the likes of which some of you new kids haven't seen before. I lived through 2011, 2012, the days of Penguin and Panda and manual penalties, and even survived a manual penalty myself. And yes, I know how I earned it. Here's the thing. Google is a lot of things. Being our friend is definitely not one of them, but neither are they the predator. And both of those things can be true at the same time. Now, if you're looking to get behind the scenes fresh data from the front lines of Google, please join me at Crawl or No Crawl on Substack. Just Google it, you'll find it. There's a monthly subscription that costs as much as a top shelf margarita here in Texas, $18 a month. And if you sign up for a full year, you get 2 months free. So far this week, I have shared how the indexation success has changed during this current update, and likely not how you think. All right. Now, last week, I shared about my mission with Marie Sayce, with what started as a harmless after-dinner phone call, hey, did you see this latest article, has turned into the most fun collaboration. And if you haven't been watching the series, I encourage you to check it out. I have a forensic SEO channel on YouTube, and my version of the conversation is on that channel. So just search for Forensic SEO YouTube channel in Google, and you'll find it. When you click on it, you'll see there's a chalkline body as the icon when you click through, so you know you're in the right place. There's a video series where we started to unpack the issue of, is Google killing off independent sites or not? And then we started to dig a little deeper into what happened, and that turned into a wholesale check off, or I guess say check out, what happened by the numbers. And that video got split into 2 parts because we got going so long. But they're short, right? And now we're working on the 3rd in this series, but it's like the 4th video, which sounds an awful lot like trying to renumber the Star Wars movies that came out in the early 80s. But in this one, since more time has passed, we've had more time to dig. And frankly, it is becoming very clear about what happened to HouseFresh, which brings me to the topic of today's episode. What is wrong with you people? Oh, wait, no, that was the working title. Here it is. Go fish yourself. Before I get started, really quick, I just want to mention that this episode is being sponsored by Magic Mind. They make little productivity shots, like a little energy shot that doesn't make you feel jittery. And I've been using it, and especially now that we're making our way into daylight savings times, it's really saving my butt. These things come in super cute little bottles. Now, I'm going to use some big words. They have science-backed adaptogens, which are kind of like natural things that help our bodies manage stress and restore balance after events that are a little stressful, as well as to provide a very sustainable, what they call energy boost, with only 55 milligrams of caffeine. And after this latest Google update, you bet I'm interested in restoring balance. And I sure as hell appreciate the opportunity to use the lesser amount of caffeine compared to my normal cappuccino. Now, there's 100% money-back guarantee, no questions asked. I'll put a link in the description, but you can find it at magicmind.com/confessions. And if you like what you see, you can even use my coupon code, Confessions20, and it will save you some money. All right, now back to the topic at hand. Most of the responses to what Marie and I are doing have definitely been very encouraging and collegial. And then there are others that inspire a fucking podcast episode. I told you this would be a rant. It's like there is a segment of our industry, and I'm using that term both loosely and lovingly, who really, really want the reason that they and HouseFresh can't rank their content at will to be because Google has it out for them. And then there's another set that really are really perturbed that we haven't just barfed out how to fix the problem. We're still untangling ourselves on HouseFresh. Now, mind you, we're doing this as an exploratory illustration on a huge issue with today's SEO. In short, Google changes the rules. Now, Marie calls it like they change sensitivity to things, but basically they change the rules, and we have to guess what they are based on how the SERPs react. So sure. And then they give us great, terrific advice like write helpful content, write content that people want to link to, be an authority. Google tells you what they do. And why is that? It's because it's what they do. It's the only thing they know how to do. The guys who wrote and rewrite the rules to the game are telling us, just write good content, publish it, and if it is what people want, you will have literally millions of backlinks just suddenly pop in, naturally. As if, this is how you, e-commerce pottery maker or plumber in Seattle, this is how you should rank your site. It kind of is, but let me ask you, when has that ever happened to you? What is the likelihood of that happening to you? Remember that joke about George Bush? It was the senior, Molly Ivins or Ann Richards. I can't figure out who. People, attribute it to both of them. But anyway, this was about senior Bush. And they said, basically, he was a man, he was born on third base and thought he hit a triple. Now, unfortunately, that only makes sense if you understand baseball. But basically, when it comes to Google, it's like giving out that advice as they do. It's ridiculously unhelpful to the masses. We are not Google, but it works for things like Amazon, and it used to work for eBay. And I've heard Ted Kubitis say, if Google's advice actually made things rank better, there would be no SEO industry. Our entire profession would be obsolete. So back to the folks who want to be like public mourners, loudly crying, because, no matter what they do, they assume they've done everything. Google just won't let them rank. And don't get me started on the other set that just want us to tell them how to fix things. When I grew up, we didn't have the internet. And if I wanted to know the definition of a word, I went to my parents and I asked them to tell me. And I'll give you one guess at how they responded. Could it have been, oh, sure, Carolyn, let me stop doing what I'm doing and go look that up for you so that you never have to go through the process of learning things you don't already know. No, it wasn't like that. And I do remember whining and saying, can't you just tell me? And that is how it's coming across. Sure. Marie and I can just figure this out and then distill it and provide it for free and do so in less than 5 minutes. But here's the thing. We're interested in educating, ourselves included. And some of you have the attention span of 2 seconds. So trust us when we say the destination is nothing compared to the journey. And you know why? Because Google is going to change again and again and again. I could get hit by a bus. No, cancel that. But you know what I mean? If something stopped me, I wouldn't want people to just have the answer. It's knowing how to find the answer that is the real gold in this series. You ever heard of the phrase, give somebody a fish and you feed them for a day? Teach them to fish and you feed them for a lifetime? Guess which one I'm interested in doing? And if you don't like it, go fish yourself. To stay up on the latest video releases, get on our notification list. You can Google these words, search-driven insights on Substack. First result, it's searchdriveninsights.substack.com. Put in your best email, and we'll make sure you get notified when the next video is released. And it's no exaggeration to tell you how much fun it is to investigate this story and share it not just from a salacious point of view, but like I said, as a teachable moment for many. Thank you for being a listener. If there are any topics you'd like me to cover in April, you can text Confessions at 512-222-3132 and just type in your topic idea. Well, thanks again. And until next week, I'll see you in the SERPs.